Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a good day out there. So I want to bring you another recall. Now this one doesn't have to do with Honda or Acura, but I know a lot of us have other kind of vehicles, not just Hondas and Acuras. So I'd like to share this information with you guys, and because this one involves Ford, and it's actually a huge recall. It's one of the biggest ones I've seen recently, and I'm sure some of you either have or know somebody with one of these vehicles. So let me go ahead and explain exactly what just came out about the Ford vehicles. Now this just came out a couple days ago, but it involves almost 100,000 Ford vehicles. Now this affects just the vehicles that have the EcoBoost V6 engines. So it's the 2.7 liter and the 3.0 liter V6 engines. And they're in the Ford F-150, the Bronco, the Explorer, and the Edge, as well as the Lincoln Aviator and the Nautilus. And the fix for this is actually, it's very simple. It's a brand new engine for some of the people. Now the problem with these is the valves are starting to fail because they're made too brittle. And they said this was a supplier's issue that caused the problems, and it was actually fixed at the end of October 2021. So they weren't making the valves strong enough, and the valves over time would break. And the reason this happened is because there was a lot of owners that were alleging that they just had engine damage all of a sudden. So in 2023, the NHTSA expanded this from the 2021 Bronco to all 2.7 liter and 3.0 liter equipped Ford and Lincoln vehicles. So it started out small and then it expanded. Like I said, almost 100,000 vehicles are affected. And here are the exact vehicles that are affected as far as the quantities of each one as well. So you can see the Ford Bronco and the Ford F-150 has the biggest amount affected, and the Explorer is a close third. So very popular vehicles, a lot of Ford Broncos, F-150, and Explorers. I see those all the time. So it's a pretty major one because the fix of it is a brand new engine. Now, the fix for this is a little different than other recalls that I've seen. So here's what the documentation says as far as how they're going to determine who gets a new engine and who doesn't. So it has to meet a certain number of cumulative engine cycles. So pretty much how many times the engine has been spun over. So if the vehicle comes in and it has not been turned over enough, then it says the dealer will accumulate high revolutions per minute, so the RPMs, per a service procedure. And then engines will be replaced on vehicles that don't pass that cycle accumulation. So if you have not many miles in your car, they're going to turn the engine over, however their procedure is, and see if the valves start deteriorating after a certain amount of revolutions. And if it does, you get a brand new engine. If it does not, then you'll be good to go. So it's kind of a different procedure. I've never seen something like that where they're going to have a procedure in place that they're going to run the engine for, who knows, it doesn't really specify how long, and then check if it fails there. But the only thing I'd be curious about is if it really replicates the real world driving. Like when you're driving, if it has to have the engine spun over X amount of times, is it different them doing it at a dealership compared to you driving up hills and down and all that kind of stuff? That's going to put a little bit more load on the engine. So I don't know if this is going to affect the results that they're getting to just by doing it at the dealership, spinning the engine over, and then it doesn't fail. Great, you're good to go. And then later you drive it and it fails later because you're actually putting more load on the engine. So I'll be curious to see if the test can decipher between that. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are on this. But if you have one of those vehicles, you would definitely want to pay attention to it. They're going to be sending out notifications the end of September. And here's the recall number I'll put here on the screen. And then you can also call the dealer and see if your vehicle falls those parameters, and then get ahead of it, get your car taken in for inspection, and hopefully they fix it. And that way, if it is deemed it needs a new engine, you won't have to go through having a car that's broke down or leaving you stranded or anything like that. So again, I want to bring that to your attention because like I said, a lot of us have multiple vehicles and not just one manufacturer too. So hopefully that'll help you guys out. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Appreciate it as always. Hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks again, everybody.